We are live. What's going on, everybody? It is Kev Kellum here for Sportskeeda Wrestling. If you're watching live or on demand, you know what to do so you don't stink. You got to share the link on your Facebook wrestling groups, in your Reddits, wherever you are in the internet. Sportskeeda should be there with you, interacting today with a lot of news. A lot of news on a Wednesday here for a live news roundup. If you haven't done it already, though, go ahead and subscribe to the Sportskeeda channel. It is available now on YouTube. A fresh interview up with Jeff Jarrett. A lot of different shows. Our Vince Russo post-Raw show with him sounding off about what should be done with Daniel Bryan if he is indeed leaving the WWE. Dutch Mantel losing it with the booking for SmackDown. We got him, Dutch and Vince Russo, after Raw and SmackDown. So definitely check it out. A lot of news to come up in today's video. We will cover WWE live events possibly returning in 2021. Live fans back at shows. And we're not just talking about the WrestleMania you saw. We're talking about sometime in the next few months. News about that. Big names returning to both Raw and NXT, as well as possible changes that could affect AEW. Could they be moving from Wednesday nights? We're not exactly sure. We'll talk about all that in today's video. Let's get to the lead-off story here. An update on WWE live events is coming from PWI Insider. They are reporting that WWE is looking into the idea of doing live events in the summer, sometime in July. Now, it isn't exactly clear on when or if this is possible, but WWE is looking into it. Now, obviously, they said this could be affected and subject to all the different local regulations, depending on where they run these shows, based on the pandemic. In certain parts of the country in the United States, where WWE is mostly based, it varies. Now, they've been in Florida for almost all of the pandemic, where regulations are a little bit more relaxed than they are in other areas, and that's where they obviously ran WrestleMania this year. The article, a great article from Mike Johnson, says, in a perfect world, the company would like to start the process in July or August. Kudos to them for this great reporting. Nick Khan, the president of WWE, stated in the media rounds with Variety and several other media outlets that if WWE does indeed go back on the road, it would be back on the road full time. It would not be just stop and start, as they've stated. Now, that's what they said before. Maybe that could change. It's a fluid situation with the pandemic. As you've seen, maybe there's a bar in your town. Bars where I am in Chicago, they opened, then they closed, then they reopened, depending on what's going on with the case counts and regulations. And obviously, you look at it internationally for international viewers, it varies country to country right now, depending on how severe or dangerous the pandemic may be where you are. But with vaccines rolling out, maybe these things open up. This has been the direction things have been going in. Are we going to get a live SummerSlam? We don't exactly know, but this news is positive. What do you think of it? Sound off. Let us know what you guys are thinking of this story. And if you haven't done it, get on screen. People thanking us for the updates. Thank you, PJ, for getting your comments in here. Let's get to our next story as these things kind of turn on your notifications. Yes, some of you are popping off saying, what is this news? Yes, get on screen with us. Talk about it. What's going on here? Up next, we're going to talk about backstage changes in WWE. Now, last week, you heard the news, okay, about all the different people that had their jobs changed or lack thereof at WWE following the trash bag gate, with Mickie James receiving her personal items from the company after being released in a trash bag inside of a box. Now, the fallout from this has been pretty big. Mark Carrano, longtime head of talent relations there in WWE, he is axed. All right. John Laurinaitis used to be a lead producer. He used to serve in the talent relations department some time ago. He now assumes that role, no longer a producer. So this has caused a change with the producers, formerly known as agents. Jason Jordan, former Raw superstar, has been a producer for some time now for WWE, getting out of in-ring action due to injuries. He now will assume the role of lead producer. So an upgrade and a promotion for him. A great mind. I think a guy who really understands modern, young, Raw talent coming into the company. I'm not just saying Monday Night Raw. So this will be a really great role for him. Quite the coup when you think the other producers that are involved in WWE. Hurricane Helms is there. Abyss from the Impact days also serving in this role. So quite the coup for him to get this talented position here. What do you guys think of it? Sound off. Let us know what you think in the comments below. People saying good vibes for fans. I agree, Ibrahim. This is good news here with the possibility of live events returning. What's the event that you would be most excited to come back to? Let us know. Hit the like button. Sound off. Want to know what you guys are thinking here. Sound off and let us know what you guys think. Live events could be returning. We have a change in WWE Backstage. Some people said it was necessary after all that news. No, Nashajua. I don't think Bob Backlund is going to be all crazy being the GM. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon here. More news from sportskita.com. If you haven't checked it out, go get our app, by the way. It's available on all the different machines here. Turner Broadcasting got quite the coup of a deal recently. They have signed the NHL for a 72-game package beginning next year. The NHL making a lot of different changes in their sports arrangement where they're broadcasted. Obviously, some of their deal has changed with NBC Universal. A lot of people thought maybe that was the reason why NXT moved off of Wednesdays. And NHL is based and focused on really a majority of their games on Wednesday nights, the big pro hockey league in the Canadian markets, United States. And how could this affect AEW? All right. Now, this is an interesting story because a lot of people think, oh, wow, could this boot AEW off of Wednesday nights? Turner Broadcasting, 72 games. This deal is going to not start until next year. But obviously, AEW, TNT, Dynamite's been a big hit. And AEW has a contract for another 2.5 years. So this is what Tony Khan had to say about it on Sirius XM transcription here from Fightful. Thank you to them for that. I know Wednesday night is our slot and our home. I'm thrilled with our partnership with TNT. It's the lifeblood of our company and our primary revenue source. It's the way most fans get exposed to AEW and see our show. Every Wednesday night that we do Dynamite for a lot of wrestling fans, it's a really important night of the week. I want everyone rest assured that they're not going to have to worry about any of these kind of major. We have a contract with 2.5 years left on Wednesday nights in this slot. If there was ever an opportunity to move or a deal to be had, I would consider it. If we did something, it would have to be a really good deal for AEW. It makes sense for us. As it stands right now, that is the spot we're in. If we move, I would certainly consider it dealing if there was something in it for AEW. Turner Broadcasting has not announced where the NHL games will air on their channels. They do have TBS. They do have several streaming services as well. So it'll be interesting. Could they get forechecked into the boards here? Is there a possibility of that? I don't know how those things could change here. I'm interested in it, and yes, the transcription is from Fightful. I have some people messaging me about that. I have no problem saying that. Thank you as well to SiriusXM, Busted Open, always getting the scoops. If you guys haven't checked out their show, Monday through Friday, really fun radio show on that premium radio service. Continue to sound off here. Want to know what you fans are thinking here, and it would be interesting. Can't wait to go to WWE main event, says Adam Quaslow. Oh, you want to go to the bottom tier of WWE television shows? That's the one you're looking for? Smart ass. I know that here. Continue to sound off and let us know what you guys think here. Nashadwa saying he wants some goons. He wants some goons from hockey to lay in here. The goon Bill Irwin needs to make an appearance on Dynamite before the NHL moves in and takes over the time slot. Here's the thing. I don't know if NHL is going to take over this time slot. NHL ratings have been down for a while. They are one of those brands that has been hit really, really hard by the pandemic. If you guys are watching, you have a hockey team you support, let me know what you think here. I don't think this is actually Tony Khan saying, greetings, guys. If this is Tony Khan, promoter of the year, I doubt it. I know when people give his fake accounts and chime in on the show. I understand here. It's okay. Tony Khan, let us know. Is AEW going to move? I don't think that's a real one here. But this would be a huge story for AEW. If they did move from Wednesday nights, where would you want them to air? Tony Khan has said, I don't want our show on Monday nights because I don't want it to conflict with the Jacksonville Jaguars, his NFL football team. He doesn't want to conflict with a big NFL night. Could they be on Fridays? I mean, if they move to Fridays, is that the most likely slot that they could air in? The problem is then you go head to head with SmackDown, and SmackDown is the most watched wrestling show in all of wrestling, by the way. I know a lot of people talk about AEW ratings and NXT ratings and this rating is down and this, but if you want to talk about ratings, SmackDown has a huge audience. A very, very big audience. Well, usually in those upper near 2 million, over 2 million range. And they score, and they're on network television. So a lot more people have access to that here instead of cable television. People saying, what about a Saturday night Dynamite? I don't know about that. Saturday nights is a tough night for television. This comment here, TNT is not going to move the NBA off of Thursdays. Way too successful. So, maybe the Thursdays are out of question. Yeah. They could ask the NHL to make marquee matchups on Tuesdays. Could this deal force the NHL to make changes? Could AEW force a major sports league to say, no, we get the comment here. We get these comments here. So definitely sound off here. Let us know what you think. Jax Bob want to know what he thinks here about this possible change. Tony, do you think Kenny Omega will lose the 3 titles to Moxley? Yeah, don't pay attention to people that come in here with fake accounts saying they're people here. I don't mind the fun here, man. I don't mind it as well. Continue to let us know what you guys think about these changes. This would be a big deal for AEW if they moved off of Wednesdays, especially if they've only been on Wednesday nights and have been successful for Turner Broadcasting. They've been a hit. That's why they got that deal at the beginning of 2020 when they signed that new TV deal. That was a huge success for them. That was only a few months into their first TV contract that they got an extension. Continue to hit that like button. Let us know what you guys think and feel about these stories. Even if you don't want to comment, just give me a button. Just press a button. All you do is press a button. Not that big of a deal. Next story that we're going to jump into here. WWE returns. WWE returns in the next couple of weeks. It was kind of surprising that we didn't see the Raw Tag Team Champions that won those new titles on television. We didn't see the massive Omos and AJ Styles who captured those belts from the New Day on night 1 of WrestleMania. We did not see them for 3 weeks. 3 weeks on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw has been rough the past couple of weeks. They have confirmed on WWE's The Bump, their web streaming show. Yes, just like we're streaming to you on the web, that they will be back next week on Monday Night Raw. And they've been partying. That's why they're not there. I think because they were partying is the reason they're not there. Finn Balor will also return to NXT television. That was kind of quietly announced with a picture of him on vacation, recharging his battery, if you will, after NXT TakeOver. So those are several big names returning to WWE television, and it is needed. Raw needs something fresh. Sound off. Let us know what you think. What are the things that are down with you? What are the things that are up with you if you're watching on demand? I'll be in those comments on demand as well. And remember to turn your notifications on so you know exactly when we go live. If you're on Facebook Watch, you hit that notification. You get your reminders of when we're going live. Join us on YouTube as well. You get all of the same content and maybe even an audio podcast. Hours of free premium content from us every single week. Vince Russo with us on Monday nights after Raw. Dutch Mantel with us on Friday nights after SmackDown. And exclusive interviews like the one we just dropped with Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, Double J Jeff Jarrett gives us all the scoop on why he left WWE in the mid-90s and the weird controversy about that and his new podcast coming up. Exclusive interviews with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and many, many more. Go in the archive, watch, enjoy wrestling. We'll see you tomorrow on Sportskeeda.